money every month. This will keep us going. This will help us not have to worry about little things that might get scattered. And we want to be able to continue to provide this kind of platform and space for you. So if you'll go back to the sustainer booth, you'll see the lovely sign back there, and sign up to be a sustainer. And our text to donate, if you just want to make a one-time donation, you can text for WMKC to 44321. And another announcement, postcards. If you've not written your postcard comment, please hit one of the postcard booths for Title IX. We want to protect victims of sexual assault and harassment in our schools. So if you will go write us a comment to the Secretary of Education in the booth over here, that'd be great. We're going to pull one of those postcards out. And for the first legible name we can read, you will get this big basket of goodies that's been provided to us by the vendors. So go see the ladies at the postcard booth. I'm going to do some thank yous. There's no way I can thank everybody who's helped us, but we've had some special things going on in the event. If you haven't been there, we have a song bath booth over here. The Threshold Choir is singing to you, bathing you in song and wonderful feelings. You can go check that out. We have the interactive art encounter in the middle back here, and they have created this beautiful banner, and they're working on more. So if you'd like to go get involved in that, you're welcome to join them. So, but for now, I invite everybody back over, because we have some more important things to talk about too. They just don't stop. There's so many things. I'm going to tell you. Go away. Get my notes up. Okay, the sun is so gorgeous. The first, Nicola, you're going to love this. The first Latina chief of staff in the United States Senate. The first Latina chief of staff in the United States Senate came from our valley. That's something so exciting, something to be really proud of. We're putting people out there from our valley that do this. Chief of staff, first chief of staff who's a Latina. And she is the chief of staff of chief of operations at the California Department of Justice. And close to my heart, because I have these kind of people and I do this kind of thing, she's also a high school teacher. So give it up for high school teachers. And she's a coach. I heard she plays a mean game of softball. So I would like to have you welcome Amanda Renteria to our stage today.
Well, welcome everybody. I think one of the missing pieces of, let me get this right. One of the missing pieces of my bio was I am the mom of that 6-year-old out there who talked about what our future should look like. And what was even better is hearing her say to one of our friends, I'm a little scared to go up there. And the response back to little T was, oh, it's okay, if you're scared, you don't need to do it. And T said, no, it's because I'm scared that I need to go do it. That is beautiful. So thank you for having me here. It's truly an inspiration to see all of what happened today and to share the stage with so many incredible women. I also want to just thank you for all the women that went on the march, because like you, I believe now is not the time to be quiet, but we need to even be louder and more bold than ever before. And I want to thank Kimberly for welcoming me back, because this for me is home and it's always special to be here. And I particularly think it's special to be here right now in this very moment where the call to action is so important for all of us to save our country and who we are going to be in the future. That's right. But I also want to just say thank you because you stayed in it. And before going too far, you heard a little bit about my background, but it is important to remember my roots. I like to do that every single time, no matter where I am. I grew up right up the road in Tulare County. My parents were former farm workers. They taught me how to work hard, and I became the first woman from my high school in Woodlake to go to Stanford. I later went on to Harvard, played some basketball and some softball. And then I became the first Latina chief of staff in the history of the United States Senate, growing up right here. Sí se puede. And in 2016, I was the national political director in the 2016 presidential campaign. That's right, the Central Valley had somebody on a national presidential campaign. And most recently, I became chairwoman of Emerge America. What they are is one of the biggest organizations that trains women to run for office. Frankly, because I know how hard it is. I tell you that whole story because I know that I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for generations of women who were marching, sometimes on their own march, just to get us to stand here before you. Whether that was people like Dolores Huerta, or Mary Stanley, or Candy Easter, or Kathy, Cheryl, Bernice Bonilla, you all made this story possible. And the seeds that you planted are what created today. So, let me start off by saying it's been about 5 years since I stood before a crowd like this in the Central Valley. I was running for Congress here in CD 21. And as many of you might know, we still haven't had a woman elected from the Central Valley to Congress. And so being a female candidate, you can imagine some of the things I would hear. Let me just share a couple of those. So I was in Shafter getting ready for a parade, and I was in the back of the truck and salsa music was playing and I was dancing. And somebody comes up and they say, wait a second, leaders don't dance. And my campaign team quickly erased the video because God forbid see a woman dancing in the back of the truck. And then I was getting ready for some interviews. And I brought my long earrings and my lipstick because when mama's watching, I better be wearing my lipstick, right, Latinas? And somebody walked up and said, oh, no, leaders, be careful, not long earrings, easy on the red lipstick. And time as I walked through the Central Valley, I would hear, you gotta smile a lot, but be tough too. Never cry. You can yell, but don't be a hysterical woman. Now, I know this isn't an unusual story for women in whatever industry you were in the past.
Okay, very well, thank you.
The good news is, it's been 5 years. The tide is shifting, women's voices are being heard, and we're making a lot of progress in getting more women in leadership roles all across in all the different industries. Time's Up and Me Too have changed conversations about sexual harassment. A record-breaking 102 women elected to Congress. That's right. And women made strides internationally, expanding their rights and representation in Ireland, Saudi Arabia, Iran, New Zealand. And a few weeks ago, the first woman ref at an NFL football game. That's right.
Can help us copy it.
And in addition to winning the 2018 Nobel Peace Prize, 2 women won Nobel in science for the first time ever this year.
What is it for?
It's just for different things that you.
That's right, 2.
Here,
1 turns to 2,
right here,
and then 100 to
explain
2.
more about it.
And that's when definitions and conversations change around the table. And the reason is because the sisterhood has arrived. And the sisterhood makes all the difference.
Okay.
And
I know it because I witnessed it. I want to tell you the story. I was the first Latina chief of staff working for the first female senator elected from Michigan. We were in the finance committee talking about the Affordable Care Act.
Women in
And
education
Senator Stabenow at the time was pushing for maternity care. She had all the facts and figures, and she was in the finance committee arguing why maternity care was not just women, but it was families. And in the middle of the sentence, a gentleman raises his hand and says, wait a second, Senator Stein, I heard you
different sections.
I don't need maternity care.
Yes, page after page.
And everyone kind of laughed in the room.
Inviting people to
And she quickly responded,
copy the script
but I bet your mom
postcard
did.
that will be sent in
But I bet your mom
to the
did.
Department of Education, and it'll be posted on
I love that story for 3 reasons.
one person from
Number one, it matters who's at the table. The perspectives women bring matter to conversation.
Yeah, do I have to do it now? Do I have to do it now?
Number two,
No,
We can
this is how leadership gets
You can sign
redefined.
it.
You see,
You don't have to put your full name, just your first name and the first initial of your last name. And Bakersfield, California, the zip code you live in. That way they can see more supporters are here.
read it and see if it's something that you feel.
There's different ones. It's important. You can choose the one that.
Well, education is important. So if it's good, I'll put my name on it.
that's how leadership gets redefined.
Okay.
Now, the third thing about that
You can just put your first name and the initial of your last name you like. But we'd like to show that you're from Bakersfield. Are you from
every
Yeah.
single woman on that committee voted for it. Democratic and
Right.
Republican.
Bakersfield, California, and your zip code on the next box.
Okay.
On that line down below.
Should I put my house address?
The history of healthcare and maternity care was shaped, written, and passed by the sisterhood. That's the vision. That is the
What color
vision.
star would you like?
I'll do red.
So let me bring this all to today, because we certainly are powerful as women, but we come into power in a pretty precarious time for our country. We come into power
Take a star.
at a pretty
Okay.
precarious time for our
I'll
country.
take this one.
It's hard to miss the headlines about other record-breaking news.
Thank you very
You
much.
might be having long shutdown.
Good work.
People have lost some faith in our business leaders, politicians, even clergy. People have begun to wall themselves off from each other, and even some family members are no longer speaking. Public institutions have stopped functioning, and folks can't even agree on what's true anymore. And it's easy to see why people are questioning whether the most powerful nation in the world is going to go over the edge or not. Honestly, I worry too. I worry a lot. But here's why I'm here and why I'm incredibly optimistic. When I get back and think about our world, when I get back and think about what our country needs to go in the right direction, it's us. Each and every one of us. It's women. Right now,
Hi. What's going on?
We're a credit union, Self-Help Federal Credit Union, trying to give economic opportunity to everyone, especially people of color, opportunities, and people that want to become citizens, we can help them. DACA students, we can help them. We have 0% to help our DACA students. And all that just want to get into a house, live the American dream.
Sounds like a good
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. A little bit hungover.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna make it. I was on my way here earlier before the march,
Oh,
but I had to go home because I felt bad. But I took a lift over here.
yeah. Well, yeah, well, we're out here. We've been here earlier just trying to give information to people, let them know what they have available for self-help.
Maybe you should like stand it up or something.
That would help. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Oh, okay. Very well. Good job.
All right, thank you.
Because right now, we are writing the definition of leadership for the next generation in the world. And my sisters, my sisterhood, and those that support us, on this day, It's time for us to dedicate ourselves to doing the work until 1999. Because we are our hope for our best present and our future. And I believe decades from now, the story will be written that at this very key moment in our history, when everything hung in the balance, women stepped up and were able to change the direction and move together to a more decent and more righteous path.
That's the emergency.
We did the work, and man, we did it extremely well.
It's also
You'll see that
we also have one of these.
So, in closing, wear your long earrings proudly. Be who you are boldly. Know that you are the answer. So that in 5, 10, 15 years from now, the story won't be about our first march, or second march, or our third march. It will be that once we started marching, we never stopped.